What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with RK Outpost, and Warner Brothers is continuing to show that they have no idea what they are doing, especially when it comes to DC. Over the past several years, we have seen them make mistake after mistake, reactionary decision after another, as they attempt to correct the course of the DCU at every turn, never really allowing it to get down the road before they decide to make the next turn to try to course correct. And now, more than ever, that is very apparent that still, they have no path forward and no idea what they're doing. The release of Zack Snyder's Justice League, all controversies aside, has been met for the most part pretty positively, with a lot of people asking, can we see more of this universe? Warner Brothers, just a few days after release, with this thing on a hype high, they decide to come out, throw water on it, and say, just so you guys know, you're not getting any more of this. We're moving in a new direction. But evidently, the direction they're moving to, some of the people that are taking part in that don't want to be. So that is going to be a big problem for that. Now, this is what I'm talking about. The Snyder Cut beats Falcon and the Winter Soldier in viewers according to the analytics. Zack Snyder's Justice League was a pretty big hit for HBO Max, and again, surrounded by a lot of positivity and a lot of people that wanted to see more of that universe. But what did they come out and say literally days after the release and Sarnoff, Warner Media's and Sarnoff on Snyder Cut Justice League and DC's future? Well, basically they said, just so you know, we're done with this universe. We're not interested in pursuing it any further. We really want to focus on these other things that we're taking part in, including the Flash movie, which we have been hearing about for 5-6 years. That thing has been in production. Well, it turns out there's still going to be massive problems with that because Michael Keaton, who's supposed to play a pretty big role, you remember Michael Keaton, the original Batman that we saw on the big screen? Yeah, maybe he's not that interested in returning. Maybe this isn't as sure of a thing as we thought, because this is what this movie is supposed to be about. One of the only things that we heard about this movie when they introduced it at DC Fandom and talked about it was we got this concept art with Ezra Miller's Flash and Michael Keaton's Batman in this potential alternate timeline where Keaton's Batman is still doing his thing that Ezra Miller has somehow gotten to in the multiverse. But Michael Keaton might not be too keen on it. And it really throws into question everything that DC is doing when it comes to the screen. Because we know they want to move forward with the new Superman, J.J. Abrams and Ta-Nehisi Coates' Black Superman that no one's interested in. People want more Henry Cavill. But no, they continue to push forward, try to forget about the past, and go to this future that nobody fucking wants, including the actors. Michael Keaton's return as Batman in Flash still uncertain due to scheduling and COVID. And I think when you phrase it that way, due to scheduling and COVID, it honestly seems like this dude just does not want to come back to the role. I think people are underselling this a little bit. Batman fans went crazy when news surfaced that Michael Keaton would be returning as the Caped Crusader in The Flash, which would have marked the first of several movies that would bring back Tim Burton's version of The Dark Knight. But it might be time to get that excitement in check, because according to Beetlejuice star himself, why do they say the Beetlejuice star? Scheduling and the lingering concern of COVID may keep the actor from closing the deal. Now, I want to go to see what he actually said, to be honest, because when you read the full quotes itself, it honestly looks even worse. It looks even worse because here's Deadline asking, reports have you put it on the Batsuit again for The Flash. Why? It's not just reports. DC themselves, Warner Brothers themselves put this out and talked about Keaton being a part of this, talking about this Batman, talking about the multiverse. Michael Keaton's throwing some water on that as well. He asked, this is Keaton's response. He asked with 3 exclamation points and 3 question marks. Well, now that you put it that way, maybe you're right. Jesus, what am I thinking about? And then he kind of just starts messing around, stepping around the topic for a while. Oh, I'm not talking you out of it. Cue the social media backlash against me. Well, Keaton says, well, now I'm nervous all of a sudden. Now I think, what a stupid freaking idea. Deadline says it's going on 30 years, men thicken. I'm imagining you pulling out the suit, taking it to the dry cleaners, and let it out to see if you can fit into it. Keaton says, that's hysterical. Yeah, there's a dry cleaner who handles everybody. All the superheroes got a specialty business doing that. You show up and go, you return something and say, what is this for? This is fucking Spider-Man. This isn't mine. How come you give me the Hulk's outfit? So he very much starts trying to change the subject and steer the conversation in another direction. Deadline says, to take the focus off you playing Batman again? Keaton. That's right. No, you know what it is? I am needing a minute to think about it because I'm so fortunate and blessed. I got so much going on. I'm really into work right now. I don't know why, but I am. And so, yeah, I mean, to tell you the truth, these are his quotes. Somewhere on my iPad is an iteration of the whole Flash thing that I haven't had time yet. I called them and said, I have to be honest with you. I can't look at anything right now. I'm so deep into this thing I'm doing. Also, I'm prepping a thing I'm producing and getting ready down the road in the fall that I'll be in, and I feel responsible to that. So yeah, there is that. I'm not being cute or coy. If I talked about it, I'll just be bullshitting you. I don't really know. I have to look at the last draft. To be honest with you, you know what worries me more than anything doing this stuff? Deadline. What? Keaton. It's COVID. I'm more concerned. I keep an eye on the COVID situation in the UK more than anything. That will determine everything. So that's why I'm living outside the city here on 17 acres, staying away from everybody because COVID has me concerned. So that's my first thing about all projects. I look at it and go, is this thing going to kill me literally? And if it doesn't, then we talk. So that is not a ringing endorsement. That sounds like he is very much trying to back out and take the middle ground and really temper people's expectations. Because again, the expectation for everyone is that Michael Keaton was a sure thing, done deal, going to be in the Flash movie. And that's what people like Ann Sarnoff are talking about, the future of DCU. We want to forget about the Snyderverse. We know there's a ton of fans out there that want to see what's in the future. But, we're focused on Black Superman. We're focused on the Flash movie. The Flash movie clearly is still in trouble with someone in Ben Affleck or someone in Michael Keaton not even sure if they're coming back. We heard that Cyborg was supposed to be a big part of the Flash movie. That's all gone. Ray Fisher's job offer for that has been pulled. They have no idea what they are doing. And it's so ironic because this is finally a time where, again, not everybody likes the Snyder Cut for sure. And obviously, in this community, there was a lot of controversy surrounding it the day before. We've talked about that. I've gone into that in detail on a lot of streams. But when you're just looking at the public reception to that movie, it's pretty damn good in a lot of ways, with a lot of people asking for more. And it's so funny. It's so funny because the difference between Marvel and DC. I'm not the biggest fan of the MCU, but look at what Kevin Feige comes out and says. Kevin Feige, The Falcon and Winter Soldier beats all previous streaming views in Disney+. Analytics, Snyder Cut beats Falcon and the Winter Soldier in streaming views worldwide. Warner Brothers, we're not going to talk about it. And that's what it feels like. That is what it feels like. Warner Brothers continuing to make bad decision after bad decision. You can go into this, and you can also point out that Ann Sarnoff is not the final decision maker on this. She is not the overall CEO of Warner Media. Jason Kilar is. So she is not the deciding factor. They can still do things on HBO Max without Warner Brothers being involved, right? So they do not totally have control of that platform. It is much more complicated than just that. But this doesn't bode well in a lot of ways, and it just goes to show Warner Brothers is fucking dog shit. They have no idea what they're doing with DC. They have no idea what they're doing in general, to be honest with you. But the reactionary decisions from these people, you would think that this reactionary decision would be, okay, let's do more because people want to see more. But instead, they're doubling down on ending that, going forward in the future with things that people just aren't interested in, including the fucking actors themselves. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. I'll talk to you guys later.